Hey guys, and welcome to another piece of pre-alpha gameplay footage today from the new Assetto Corsa Competizione. We're at Misano this time, in the Ferrari suitably, obviously an Italian track, Italian car, goes pretty well together. So yeah, we're going to take a look at this footage today and have a little compare to Assetto Corsa with the Ferrari on a Misano model that sort of has been made by someone, but kind of gives you a good idea of the differences and sort of the improvements of the car, and obviously the track's a lot better as well. So you can see here we're going around turn 1 and turn 2 here, just taking a look at the different sort of lines where the track is, and how the model is. The model looks really good, the circuit itself looks smart, all the curbs are the right shape, the right colour, and it's really interesting that you've gone in the inside, on the outside there you've got the FIA curbs, which are new for this sort of year, this last year as well, and they're to stop you from going all the way off the track limits and sort of massively breaking the rules, as they can actually damage the car. If you run over them too much and drop a wheel off the other side, they can quite easily damage the floor underneath the car. So it's a new kind of initiative brought in by FIA to just stop that happening, and it seems to be working very well in real life. A lot of people have stopped sort of abusing track limits now. But yeah, you can see those track limit sensors are sort of in the game, and it's great to see that from a driver's point of view, because that's what we have to deal with on the racetrack in real life. So to be able to practice with it on a game like this, it's perfect. You can't really get much better than that. You can see here 3 very fast corners and really slowing it down now for a tight right here. It's a very technical circuit, Misano. A lot of fast flowing corners that all kind of link together. Doesn't really give you a chance to breathe, let alone commentating over the top of them. So yeah, it's a very quick lap, very quick lap indeed. I will just skip into another lap a little bit later on with some different camera angles, and you can just see some of the differences basically between the different camera angles, and this lap's a little bit quicker as well. The next one that's coming up, you can see in the top left the deltas massively up on the 137.1. That was his previous best. So yeah, it's a pretty good lap to watch. But as you can see, start a bit of a slide on the way out of the final corner there, but getting back over to the left on the way down to turn 1, and we brake in just about here, turning in, carry a lot of speed past the first apex, back on the power for a short amount of time, then on the brake, and then hard on the power all the way through this right now. The car wants to twitch, and the rear is trying to break loose, but you're just hanging on to it there. And then you're going to have a hard brake here, really send the car into the corner, all the way to the outside. Stopped it a little bit early there, I think, but yeah, go tight to the right, open up the left, and then get on the power. Again, seeing those curbs there, even more up close, you can see they're kind of like a white triangle, and they're really good at just sort of stopping you going any further, and actually almost help. They're kind of banked up against sort of the way you're going, so almost like it's a camber effect. It kind of holds you onto the track. So it's kind of a good thing to run them, but not to go any further, because then you can't get back on the track. So yeah, it's a good idea. That really impressive idea. But as you can see here, we're getting onto the power to go down the back straight, and got the 3 really quick rights. The first 2 are flat out, and the final one you have to brake for, as it's quite a bit tighter. As you can see on the map in the bottom left as well, which is quite useful. You can see how tight that right is. It's coming up now. So brake down 2 gears, use all the curb on the inside, and then back on the power, and a hard brake here, really push the car into the corner, keep it tight on the inside, and then hard on the power and over to the right. Using all the curb on the right and then over to the left, curb on the inside, and then back out to the outside. Looks like there's a little bit more time there just to hit the curb on the inside and to the outside, and there you go, that's the lap finished. So we'll take a look at sort of a comparison now between the 2 games. So we've headed back to the first lap that I showed you originally, and we're going to take a look. Kind of, it's a more similar view with the sort of the driver's eye view. Yeah, we'll take a look now. See both cars going through turn 1 there, and nice and tight through the left. I took a lot more curb on the way in, because it's just a bit of a shorter distance really. You can see the car sliding around a lot more on my version on Assetto Corsa 1 than in the new game. So I was tending to get a lot of oversteer here. You can see even there, quite a lot of snap oversteer there. So yeah, it's a bit of a difference with the new game. Seems to understeer more with the new model. So it's again sort of difference, which is quite interesting. So yeah, we're on the way down towards the tight left here. Hard braking, again getting towards that curb, opening the steering up and running all the way to the outside. and then keep on the power and keeping over to the left here. Assetto Corsa 2 obviously changed views, but we can still get an idea of what it's like. Another good thing that kind of shows you is the difference between me using VR and where I as a driver look into the corner, whereas on the game obviously it just looks dead forward, so you can't really see a whole lot, which is really, that's why I like to use VR, because it's so useful. It is just like driving in real life in a lot of ways, so I think that is a massive positive of using it. So you can see, stop it there, I used first gear, it's just kept a bit higher in the revs, a bit more power available, and yeah, going through the right now, coming up towards the final corner, and you see I just ran past the apex there, but the player managed to get it absolutely bang on. I think that's where they found a lot of time to me anyway. But there you go, you can see the Assetto Corsa 2 gameplay. They've got the visor cam view on now. You see how the helmet isn't really looking into the corners, kind of just tilts left and right. That's something I'd quite like to see being put into the game, is the kind of the left to right look as you go into a corner, because you can see with me, my head's not really tilting all that much, a tiny bit but not a lot. You need to really have that so you can look left or right towards the apex or towards the exit of the corner. That's the most important bit really, is just trying to get that right. There you go, I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and yes, some great footage we got here. Really shows Misano, which obviously is a track we haven't had on Assetto Corsa well. So Misano looks brilliant, the Ferrari looks brilliant as well to drive, looks very predictable, and yeah, looks like it's going to be a really good game. So hope you enjoyed looking at this new footage, and we'll see you in the next one.